should you sail into this new breakfast?
Princess Bear here. Today we're at Disney's Yacht Club Resort because we're trying to find our way.
We're going to Ale and Compass for their new breakfast menu.
Yes, they have awakened me with the feelings of breakfast and their menu has changed, so it's your number one choice of foodie infotainment. We're here to try the food so you don't have to. Remember, she's vegan. I'm not. You're going to need a bigger boat.
It's time to foodie and chill.
Beautiful Yacht Club Resort. Recently just underwent some refurbishment, so it's looking all nice, new, and fresh. Breakfast is the way to go today because it's supposed to be 109 degrees, feels like, and take it from us. If you want to be in Walt Disney World when it's almost 110 degrees, you should better be inside. Go to a resort. Hang out. With the reservation, of course. Now we start with the dark here, and then when I say dark, I mean the dark chocolate waffle, because everybody wants waffles for breakfast. Because for some reason, some weird, crazy reason, there are some of you that still believe that waffles are superior to pancakes. And if I'm on any side of the breakfast war, I promise you, I will always land on the side of pancakes. Always. Waffles, you have your uses, but you'll never be pancakes. But in this case, you have my attention. There are those of you like to drink your coffee. I guess here at Ale and Compass, you eat it. Because you have these dark chocolate waffles with chocolate shavings. There is also some marinated cherries from the bottom, but the cream is an Espresso-Mascarpone Cream on top of this decadent-looking chocolate waffle. Yeah, it's okay. You add a little bit of coffee, you add a little bit of cream. Got no complaints there. A little bit of chocolate. Because why not dessert for breakfast, right? There is no part of that you convince me it's a breakfast item. That is like a deconstructed chocolate eclair. You got like the chocolate, the cream, the mascarpone, the espresso. I thought the espresso was going to be strong, but it's like a really light touch. So it's still very creamy, but you get like the hint, like the whiff of espresso. It'll wake you up a little bit, and then it's just going to be a pile of sugar. So if you want straight sugar to the veins first thing in the morning with a touch of the espresso, this is definitely it. This is going to be a really popular item, especially with like chocolate, espresso, and the cream. This is definitely going to be somebody's cup of coffee, if you know what I mean. 4 out of 5 claws. If you're going to have the name Ale and Compass, I suppose even for breakfast, there's got to be some level of seafood in there. They do have a salmon that will go, salmon lox that goes on like their avocado toast. But they also have this crab cake eggs Benedict. You have the traditional Hollandaise and the poached egg on top of a nice seared crab cake. On top of this nice little English muffin. You have some arugula that I can only assume comes from the arugula farm underneath the Contemporary Resort, because arugula Illuminati, I am on to you. And I'm never going to stop talking about it. It's completely made up. But what else am I going to talk about? Poached egg. It's looking poachy. This crab cake actually looks a ton better than the crab cake I had for dinner the other night here. So already we are ahead of the game. Let's give it a little slice. I dedicate this poached egg to June from this last 5 hours. At this point, I basically dedicate every poached egg to him because I know how much he likes it runny. Heavy sarcasm on that, of course. Plenty of muffin, plenty of egg, plenty of crab. Already getting a touch of like that Old Bay style seasoning on the crab cake, which is what the crab cake, the Maryland crab cake for dinner, was definitely missing. That like peppery saltiness sits right under the poached egg. So you're getting out that savory, eggy flavor, but then you're getting like that spark of the salt and the seasoning from the Old Bay style seasoning, which is sort of like lights that up. Hollandaise, for me, is a hit and miss. Sometimes like it's too strong. This sits perfectly, that like sort of like froth butter on top of everything. That is good eggs Benny. Like, and then I have like these breakfast potatoes to mop it up with. I should have just had these for dinner. This is much better than my entree from dinner when we did this last time. I give this a 4.5 out of 5 claws. Peak eggs Benny, like the bar.
This is the avocado toast. It is typically one with salmon. It's like a salmon lox situation. So they usually put eggs and salmon on there. Instead, we have just egg and a Beyond sausage. Surprised there's no like capers or anything, but there is a lemon-beet hummus and avocado with radish. So it should still be pretty interesting. I am definitely not picking this up. I'm going to be messy, and I'm going to cut it. Maybe. I was so hoping that this would be the multigrain toast they used to have with the protein bowl, but it's not, and that's okay. Oop. Okay. Okay. Cheers. I was really curious about this because of the lemon-beet hummus that's on here. And it's actually really vibrant. It's citrus forward in like the best ways. Really good. I think it should have capers. I hope that if you get the salmon on here, I hope it does have capers. But it all goes together really nicely, whether you make the salmon version or you modify it to make it vegan. By like appearance, I thought this was not going to be that great, but it's actually way more flavorful. So it's one of those where it's better than it looks. I would give it a 4 out of 5 toasts. It's a very unique one, so I like it a lot.
We're always love it when a restaurant will use the tools of its trade. You already have all the things in house, and you know your food. You're more than happy to modify the avocado toast so that the princess can have a full breakfast. So you have the piles of just egg with the lemon beet hummus, and then the just egg sausage. Just the Beyond sausage. I don't know how I feel about this whole mashed avocado situation or like avocado spread. I miss slices of avocado. I feel like we're not getting enough of that nowadays. But we'll see how it tastes. I stand corrected. It is slices of avocado underneath the piles of just egg. I think that the Beyond sausage was a good move because it adds that like savory element to it. I actually was scared of the lemon-beet hummus because while I love beets, me and lemon aren't really friends all the time. We're like acquaintances that see each other at the bar every now and then. Here, they're welcome. I gave them a hearty handshake. We dap each other up, and we're good. My only note is the toast. That's the weakest part of this avocado toast. Not because the toast is bad. I just think it needs to be. I feel in the cases where you don't have like a artisan or like a grain, like multi-grain bread, you're gonna give it toast. It needs to be toasted. This bread is like almost disintegrating underneath the avocado, and so it's like it's bread. It doesn't really feel like toast. You know what I mean? I would give this one a 3.75 out of 5 claws.
The plant-based power bowl has been reimagined into a potato hash bowl. It's all basically the same ingredients. You still have that tomato sauce, chard, Beyond sausage is in here. It's like a little piece right here. Just egg, and then of course quinoa. The configuration is completely different though, which I think is cool. Will it be better though? Because the toast portion of this dish was really my favorite, and that's still not back. So this is a huge bite. What am I thinking? I guess I commit to my mistakes. The Beyond is not as crispy as the one that we put on the avocado toast, but it is, it's okay. The flavor is actually a little bit more muted when mixed with everything. The chard is like big pieces. Was not expecting that. It was like a huge, like almost like spaghetti, trying to like suck it all up in my mouth, and I was a little bit grossed out. That's okay. The quinoa is earthy, but it's not like beet level earthy. It's just decent. The just egg is cooked pretty decently as well. I would say all of the just egg that has been cooked here today is very well cooked, which sometimes you can have a hard time with getting the consistency correct because you don't cook it like normal eggs. They did a good job with this. I think the addition of the potatoes, the way that they did it, is very, very good. I just think it needs something. It needs like a toast or something to go with it. Like I would put this on top of the avocado toast. On its own, I'm going to give it a 3.25 out of 5 bowls. It's good, but I don't know if it's better than its previous versions. I think the best things at Ale & Compass that I've had in my history here is probably they used to have like a sandwich that was like a brunch sandwich that had, was it Beyond and like Unreal Bacon. Yeah, or Sweet Earth Bacon. And then when they did this bowl with the toast. Those are the best things that they've had here. They did like the donuts too. The donuts, we're going to miss those. They could have put those for breakfast.
Like a sailor lost in the doldrums at sea, long have I waited for this bowl to change. I have long been a hater of Power Hash Bowl here. The quinoa long beyond sausage thing that just didn't really fit with me. It was just like, it didn't feel like a cohesive dish. Now, shredding it all up and putting it together into like an actual bowl, similar to like how you would a rice bowl, makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know why it took me so long to do that, but I am curious. My interest and eyebrow, a little perked. So, diving right in, cut some just egg. I love the additions of the carrots on top. Never going to say no to carrots. We got chard in here. You got the tomato is like all the way at the bottom. You got to scoop to get some of that. And just egg. Nope. Maybe. This new configuration is definitely selling me more of it being a cohesive dish. The flavors feel a lot more mint from each other, whereas before it was just like separate things on like either section of the bowl. It does come across to me as almost like a warm salad though. I think more of the tomato sauce might help with that. I love the potatoes. I love the sausage actually shredded in there. The quinoa and the chard give it a nice earthy flavor, and then you have the just egg sort of savory things up. It definitely feels hearty. I don't feel like I'm getting less than. I think it's an improvement over what we had before, most definitely. I think just a little bit more sauce and I would be more than happy. I think it's on its way up, at the very least. I would give that a 3.75 out of 5 claws. I think they have found their way out of the flat seas and they're on their way somewhere. I just don't know where that is yet. It's like a reward. I make it through breakfast. You reward me with alcohol. So why not a peach Bellini? Because I do love peach. And I love anything in a champagne glass. That's where I'm going with that. I got no other frame of reference. I don't have a background in Bellinis, but cheers. So peachy. So keen. So refreshing. I think the balance, though, of like the sparkling wine to peach is a little off. It's a little too juice forward, but I'm going to drink it. It's better than a $20 mimosa. So 3.5 out of 5 plus. Ale & Compass definitely is showing us the way. I know everybody's upset about losing the continental breakfast, but honestly, I don't think it's that much of a loss. I feel like the breakfast is much more focused now.
I didn't really get an opportunity to do the continental breakfast because there wasn't enough vegan items for me. But the fact that I have more opportunity for vegan items now than I did before makes me also appreciate this menu more.
Yes.
Now we've done dinner, we've done breakfast. Now this is like Kona. We got to come back for lunch.
Yes. I definitely think that they're seeing some improvements. The servers and the culinary team are really proud of this menu. I think they're putting the work in. The continental breakfast was something small. It was basically like a Holiday Inn style breakfast. Yes, you got some omelets, some other things, but like you can still get those things. They're just more dedicated and crafted on the menu now, which I think is the better way to go. But obviously, I know that it's not just our opinion. You guys have feelings too. Let us know your feelings on the changes to Ale and Compass breakfast in the comments below.
Yes.
Because as always, if there's anything else you can see us do, the comments is always going to be a place to find us. Hit the notification bell if you want to see other videos like this. And
We have new videos 5 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Saturday.
we'll see you soon.
Be sure to subscribe and like this video. And if you don't comment, well, what is Bear gonna do with himself? He's sitting here waiting for your comments.
Yeah, I'm wondering why that bush is shaped like that.
It's Alice in Wonderland. We're all a little mad here.
Is that what that is, Alice in Wonderland? Is that what we're going
Bear,
with?
go yeet yourself into the bush. How about that?
I guess we're going to the bush. Put your hood in.